What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Times don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world but keep the sky on your mind.
Bonjour, bon après-midi, bonsoir. Wherever you might be, welcome to the live stream, everybody. I am finally back after a little break. I haven't been able to do anything in a week, but we are back. Unfortunately, that means kind of missed July 4th, didn't I? That's all right. We are back in here with a live stream that I planned for a couple of days ago, but we are back in here with it. We're in the lovely little Camair 480 Twin from Hangar Studios, as the description states so faithfully. And then we're gonna go ahead and take this out for a lovely little spin around the Petrified Forest here in Arizona, United States, of course. So we're gonna fly it out of Holbrook Municipal Airport, and we're gonna fly on back into Holbrook Municipal Airport. We're gonna do that after a quick little tour of the Petrified Forest. Nothing too long today, just getting into it again. You know, when you haven't flown for a couple of days, you lose it. At least in my case, kind of started losing it, but hopefully today we'll be just fine. Hopefully we'll be just fine today. I can see that there's nobody in the live chat. Nobody at all. Nobody in the chat. In fact, as a matter of fact, I haven't streamed in a while. Am I public right now? I need to go and check whether I'm public at the moment. Just give me a second while I double check that, just to make sure that I'm not streaming to myself, you know. Let me have a look. Alright, I'm good. I'm public. Excellent. Alright, with all that being said, it's time for us to jump into the cockpit here and get started. Look at that. Lovely Camair 480. An aircraft that I've sung many praises of. There's a way to get rid of this guy, isn't there? I don't really like this. Right here. There you go. You just have to click the flashlight and the avatar of your co-pilot's gonna go away. I don't like the avatars. Alright. We'll leave our hatch open for a more realistic experience. Let's do the walk around mode. Hey. Obviously, the walk-around mode does not function with this particular aircraft. It's a 2020 aircraft, really. So yeah, they haven't really released a 2024 update per se. I don't think so. I must have a look on that before I'm too confident. As you guys can tell, this is a very, very, very lovely aircraft. An aircraft I have often sung praises of. Good morning. Hello there, Mr. Runners. Good morning to you too. Hope you're having a good day, sir. Hope you're having a good day. Got a lovely USA livery. The US stripes and stars livery right here. Looks good on the Camair. How are you today? Well, I am recovering from a little hiatus there. I do have to mention, guys, from the 11th, that is okay, basically from 3 more I'll be able to stream for 3 more days, and then after that I will be unavailable for a month. I'll only be back in the 2nd week of August because I'm going on a little bit of a break, and obviously I can't carry my PC with me whilst I'm traveling, so I will be traveling for about a week there, so I will not be available. So let's make up for it in these few days as much as possible by streaming like there's no tomorrow. And I'll also try and get a few videos scheduled for you guys so you don't miss me too much, eh? I see you changed your logo. Yes, I did. I did change my logo, Mr. Anas there. I did change my logo there. I thought I would make it a fresh start from July 4th there. So I've changed my logo a little bit, switch it up a little bit, give the channel a new banner. Did all of that stuff. More changes to come, but we'll do it slowly. For now, I'm trying to focus on pushing out a bit of content after that hiatus. Anyway, that's basically what it is. Let's just jump back in, get ourselves started up for our journey. First things first, we need the battery on, and the battery is right here, okay? Battery is here, alternators are here, fuel gauge and all that good stuff is here. Let me just check the views. Not a lot in the way of views for this particular aircraft. No, sorry about that. Hold on. There you go, that's better. EM, welcome to the live stream, man. How are you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Oh, there we go. Now our views are working. What's with the number 9 view? That's fascinating. Anyway, whatever. I'm not complaining. Let's get this party started. Battery on. Fuel gauge working. This is, what exactly is this? This is fuel pump engine number 1. These are fuel transfers. We'll leave the alternators on. Let's turn off that music and get our engine started up. Shall we do that? Beacon light, navigation light. The plan is as described. We're just gonna take a lovely little spin around the Petrified Forest in Arizona. Alright. Engine pump number 1. Magnetos to both of them, and then did I just say both? I meant both. Starter left. RPM max, mixture rich. Is it? Oh, that didn't work. Let's try that again. Crack open the throttle and do that again. That worked. Do that. Turn that on. There we go. Both engines are running. Fuel pumps off. Those are fine. That's fine. That's fine. Taxi lights can go on. Everything else here is looking good. Let's get the panel lights up. Okay, we need the avionics master switch, which I can't locate for some reason. There it is. Let's get things lined up here. Where is the engine indicators? Manifold pressure. Looking okay. RPM looking okay. Good. Setting altimetric pressure for today. We are already fairly high up here. As you guys can tell, we're about 5,200 something feet. Arizona is... Holbrook at least is fairly high elevation. Today we're gonna... The ground is pretty much gonna stay above 5,200 feet for us. Not gonna fly very high though. Our aircraft is not that capable. Let's wait for some GPS signals. We're not using the GPS signal today. It's a VFR flight. Let's have a look. On vacation. If this engine will save your life during unexpected things, doesn't matter how old. Yes. I agree. We do have twin engines anyway. Let me show you guys a little nav map display of what we're doing today. We are in Holbrook. And from Holbrook, we're going to take off here, by the looks of it, from runway 21 today to get some headwind. Not necessary, though. We can still take off from runway 3. Is just a 4-knot wind. We should be fine with that. Plenty of room. And then we're going to fly on towards the north part, at least the north part of the Petrified Forest. And then we're going to fly down here, follow this line, come back down towards the Big Bend. Go this way and then fly back to Holbrook. That's literally our flight plan for the day. Nothing complicated, just us checking out the Petrified Petrified Forest National Park in Arizona. Brilliant. Everything looks good. Cabin air, cabin heat, not stuff I need to worry about. I need to close our hatch here on the top. There you are. Oh, I opened it up again. Thought I was locking it. Apparently I don't need to do anything. Yep, it auto locks. Seems like a solid plan. It is a solid plan. Let's put our flaps down here. Flaps should be right here. There you go. Flaps ready for takeoff, ladies and gentlemen. On our autopilot here, we're going to set about 7,500 feet today. Because that is what we are expected to kind of follow. We'll arm it. We don't have a nav mode, so we do need to use a heading mode here. Our heading needs to be configured correctly. We'll do that. Since we're taking off from runway 03 today, I will put it at roughly this way, and then we'll see how that goes for us. Let's increase the range here so we can see where P14 is, or KP14, which is the municipal airport of Holbrook, ladies and gentlemen. Seems we are ready. And this aircraft sounds absolutely brilliant. We're ready to get out of here, right? So let's do that. Okay. Reduce that RPM down to about 1,000. We can put our mixtures, well, we'll do that after takeoff though. Let's release parking brake. Give it a bit of power. And let's turn. We'll probably hit that pushback, but that's alright. Oh, look, a fuel truck. It sounds wonderful, doesn't it? Obviously, as you guys can tell, Holbrook is a default airport. I don't have the scenery for Holbrook. In fact, I don't even know if there is one. Oh god, we're traveling a little too quick there. That's okay. This is a sturdy plane. Oh, and we've cut off. We keep cutting off, don't we? It's because we're at high altitude. We can't remain in this configuration for too long. We need to keep our RPM fairly high, otherwise we're gonna cut off. That's kind of funny. That's okay. Born in the USA. Okay. Let's turn it around. Brilliant. And and I think we're good to go, right? So let's go. Probably need a lot of power here. Oh, looking okay though. I'd like to rotate at 80. Ooh. That is not very good. Cut that manifold pressure right down. I'm having a lot of luck here. Put that propeller RPM down. There we go. Let's leave autopilot on for a second here. Flaps are up. Everything else here is looking good. Let's go towards heading mode on the autopilot. Okay, looking good. 7,500 feet. Vertical speed is rather high. Arm it. Altitude, VS. Let's put it down like that. Good. Good, 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 good. Our RPM is slightly higher than I would like. Adjust that right there. Cut the mixture down to half. Because honestly, this aircraft is having a hard time right now. With this level of mix. Ooh, we're having a bit of a problem. Throttle up. RPM low. Mixture down. Yeah, we're good. There we go. That's brilliant. Should have 1,000 feet to restart the engine if it shuts down, but looking nice. What shows is 2 green circles. What are you talking about? Which green circles are you talking about? Mr. EM. Let's put our transponder on, why not? We'll be courteous like that, eh? Okay, so we are on our way towards... there's Holbrook there, we're leaving it behind at the time being. We're just heading towards the Petrified Forest, and as you can tell, this terrain is taking a very interesting approach. I think that's high enough for us. Let's just hold the altitude. The left dials. Airspeed. Yeah, this is the airspeed. These two are airspeed. This one is the RPM. This one is the manifold pressure. There's your heading selector and your magnetic heading. The VS indicator, altimeter. That's pretty much it. And you've got your OBS if you're using any. I'm not. And you've got your chronometer. That's just the emergency there, ELT there. Obviously we can switch between a number of different GPSs here. The only one I can really use is the 530. I don't have the others installed, I'm afraid. It's perfectly fine though. Alright everybody, things are looking good for us, and I believe in the distance we can already see the Petrified Forest National Park. This is it. These are petrified trees, if I'm not mistaken. We'll fly a little deep into it and we'll take a closer look at it, but this is what we are here to check out today. So there's plenty of that ahead of us as well. Once we reach that, we're going to turn in a little bit. You know what? Let me turn my heading in just a little bit so we catch that, and then we'll start checking out this area. Very nice. Can you pull up nav map too so we can see progress once in a while? I will. I will show you guys what's happening. We are due to explore that region there We tune it in a little bit more towards our right here. So we got a better. There we go. This is the Petrified. Essentially, we are almost there. This is the Petrified Forest National Park. That's a proper way to address it, but it's exactly where we are. Let me just get a little deep in here, and then we'll swoop down to explore. But I have to be careful here today. If I bring my throttle too low, we're gonna cut. We're already at a very high altitude. Look at that. These are all supposed to be petrified trees, if I'm not mistaken. Just watch my airspeed here. Airspeed is looking okay, but we don't need all this power though. Looking good, eh? So this is where we are right now, towards our first real waypoint. We're just exploring the first little chunk of the Petrified Forest National Park. That's what we're going to do. Okay, I think it's time for me to take manual control, and we'll fly in and explore this region. My aircraft. Cut power reasonably. We'll head down here. Check out this beautiful terrain. Looks like we're on Mars a little bit. But it is very nice, huh? Ooh, what? Oh, look at that lone tree in the middle of that. That's so cool. This is some interesting stuff, isn't it? This aircraft is so sensitive. Pretty cool. So this area was updated recently as part of the US National Parks update, and that is why we are here. This is a very quick aircraft, isn't it? At least it feels quick. Maybe it feels a little quicker than it actually is, but still pretty fun. Just checking out that formation there. It's a very good touring aircraft, to be honest with you. Look at that. Let's now turn in this way and check out some of the formations over there. Let's gun it. Need to adjust the go off to the left. I'll turn right to explore. The sounds are just incredible. I've genuinely missed hearing the noise of aircraft over the past 1 week. Look at that. It's beautiful. Although it does look a little bit cartoonish, doesn't it? Because of the textures in 2024, it does look a little bit cartoonish. I bet you in 2020 it will look even better. sure we're good here with the airspeed department there. Beautiful. I think strictly speaking we're outside the petrified area. Let's go towards the ashy looking white patches. I believe that's where the true petrified fossils actually are. So let's go ahead and try and aim for those a little bit. Very cool. I don't think there are a lot of trees in this place. Some of these trees might be misplaced, but this looks very interesting. I can't fully tell what exactly they are, to be honest. There isn't a lot of high resolution details. The controls are very twitchy. There isn't a lot in the way of details here. Nonetheless, very beautiful. Let's turn off here. Yep, we're looking good. Oh, wow. It would look better with a slightly higher resolution. If Asobo can manage that, it would be brilliant. Ah, there it is. I believe those are trees, aren't they? They're not rocks. I don't think so. I think those are trees, guys. I don't know. No, those are rocks. I don't know. Hardly the tour guide here, but yeah, I believe if it had a bit more detail, it would look stunning, but the resolutions are just slightly too low. We will be able to see something of substance when we head up here. Let's gun it a little bit. The aircraft is very twitchy, as you guys can tell. Very sensitive. Looks wonderful. Glitches ahead of us in the scenery. Flying very, very close now. Look at that. Oh no, we crashed. I decided to show you guys the view from behind and we crashed. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna have to reconfigure stuff, am I not? We're okay. Yeah, I crashed there. That's entirely my bad. I was trying to look behind and that didn't work, did it? Oh, what is here? What is here, ladies and gentlemen? We gotta turn around and take a look at this area again. Yeah, my bad. I was looking behind. Oh, that's a much better area. I think I'm gonna keep my eyes forward. Wow, that was very close. Very, very close. Almost a second crash. There we go. I think this... Oh, that looks incredible. I always hate it when I crash. But sometimes when you do stupid stuff like I do, you don't have a choice but to crash, eh? What is this fascinating building? Which seems to be actually modeled here in 2024. Wow. That is some interesting terrain right here. What is this building? What is it? It's modeled so well, but it sits by itself. What is this? Gotta check out that building again. What is this building? I have no idea what it is though. Oh, well, it's something. Yeah, they're pretty cool. Unfortunately, we did crash. Okay.
Engaging autopilot.
Give it off to the autopilot here.
Engaging autopilot.
Unfortunately, the crash has reset a number of things. Oh lord. Let me 8,000.
Engaging autopilot.
That's much better. Okay, let's put it on heading mode. And we will make it fly this way. There we go. We'll hold altitude. Everything here is looking okay, right? Yeah, it is. Gotta risk it to live it, huh? Well, fortunately, I wish I didn't make that little crash there, but what can we do? That building is actually called the Painted Desert Inn. So that is what we just flew over. A very fancy looking little, I don't know, some sort of resort or hotel or something of the sort. We are now about to cross the major motorway here, I-40 is it? And we're gonna go into the other half of the Petrified Forest National Park. That's what we're gonna do now. Alright. So we'll do that. We'll turn off to the left though. Have a wee little look. That fancy building is perched somewhere there. This is the Petrified. Beautiful. Oh, is he gonna crash? You know what? It doesn't look like it for a bit, but maybe we should probably climb. You know, just a little bit. Very cool. Hold this altitude, I think that's okay. Turn it off to the left slightly. Ooh, what is that? Is that a river? That looks so good. It's beautiful. Very nice. What is this? Oh, it's a rail. It's a railway, isn't it? We don't have proper scenery of it, so it's kind of pasted to the ground there. Looks fantastic though. Let's hand fly around this region. Check that out. Oh, we can see a little line there. A little bit of an issue with the satellite imagery, I suppose. That's to be expected, right? Those images were taken at different times. So that'll probably be the next stage in the evolution of photogrammetry. That is the colors on the ground to be reflective of the actual time of day. So as you guys can tell, this was probably taken, you know, when the sun is high and bright. This was probably taken later on in the evening or in the morning or something like that. And that's why you can see the two different colors right here. I think the next level in photogrammetry would be if we have the color changes that reflect the time of day, then we'll have true immersion, I believe. Also, we'll get rid of these pesky lines in the scenery. Anyway, let's turn to our right. Oh, that's close. It's very close. We are giving these trees a good shave here. Feels like these trees are actually there because, as you can tell, this is not just a generic vegetation. It feels like they're very deliberate. Not entirely sure that they are, but pretty cool. Quick peek on the speed there. Very interesting area this. Unfortunately, because of the LODs, we can't really land an aircraft in the middle. See, this is where helicopters would come in useful. You could possibly land anywhere here. Go for a little stroll perhaps. Maybe use the camp out utility. By Parallel 42, I believe. They made the camp out utility. Very nice. Good camp maybe. Pretty cool. Oh, wow. Hello there, Mr. Outcool83. How you doing, man? Welcome to the live stream. Hope you're having a good day. Hope you're having a good day. Careful here. Good. Fantastic. Ooh. Honestly, the control right now is so sensitive. I'm moving my joystick mere millimeters to control the aircraft right now. Not even half a. Yeah, it's just mere millimeters. Ooh, what's this area? Oh, probably would clip our wing there. If we try to turn. Seems like a lovely road there. I believe that is the Petrified Forest National Park Road. There is a road like that runs through the national park. I believe that one's it. Okay, now we'll go off and stick to our right a little bit. There we are. Looking good. How low can you go? Okay. Oh, we heard the ground effect there. Really, really well. Those mountains ahead of us look really interesting. Let's see if we can check them out. They're not mountains per se, just rock formations or something of the sort. The LOD is terrible, unfortunately. The LOD is just not good. Doesn't give you a full immersive experience, you know what I mean? Because in the distance you see just sand, you think it's a desert or something, but really there's a lot of vegetation and various stuff which is just loading in too late for us to enjoy. Although from a higher altitude it looks much better, but still. That's something I don't enjoy. 2024 LODs. I don't know. I've always said this. It's a question of level of detail and the loading distance. Which one do you prefer? Having a lot of detail in your immediate vicinity, but then having terrible loading distance, or having a good loading distance, but not as much detail? Personally, I like the second option. So I don't like how 2024 functions. I don't like it. I prefer more 2020 style loading, where things are higher resolution, less detail, less clutter, but more consistent and more immersive. Yep, the second one is right, Mr. Honest. Oh, look at this one. Dotted with all sorts of rocks and stuff. That's so cool. That does look pretty good. Just checking my airspeed. We are good. Pretty good. I think let's that is pretty cool though. Yep, Mr. Aircool agrees as well. That is my personal preference. Occasionally though it does pay off. Like for example, this particular formation is so detailed and so cool to see, but still it's more immersive with ooh, that's interesting, with a more balanced approach to it. So yeah, anyway, like right now if you could see less vegetation but more spread out throughout the image, you'd be able to appreciate it more, rather than having all this load in like under your nose. It's like, what's the point? You can barely even see them anyway. There we go. We need to watch that speed now. We'll make a turn and we'll head back towards Holbrook for hopefully an okay landing. I don't think there's much more in the way of... Oh, what is that lone little structure off in the distance? That looks pretty interesting. We have to check that out, don't we? Yeah, let's head that way. Gotta check out that guy right there. I suspect it's just another rock, but you know, It looks very nicely positioned to pique some curiosity from an aerial explorer such as myself, a virtual aerial explorer. MSFS 2024 launch didn't go well. No, it didn't. They have improved it massively, I'm not gonna lie, but the LOD is something I continue to take an issue with. I don't like the LODs. I just don't. Launch didn't go well, but you know, they have improved it. There's no denying that. I believe we're out of the Petrified National Forest at this point. Yeah, we are. We kind of are. But we'll still check this one out, and then we'll turn in towards Holbrook Municipal Airport. Yeah, see that? Why do I have to literally clip the trees to see them? Anyway. Pretty cool. We can appreciate the speed of this machine much closer to the ground. This thing is a little further than I thought it was, huh? Nearly there. Whoop. We heard the ground effect right there. I still can't believe how low you're flying. It's because you're new to the channel, my friend. There we go, that's how low we're flying. Well, we're flying much lower than that, so. You better believe it. I like doing this. It's one of my favorite things to do. Terrain hugging, as I like to call it. Not that that's an official term I'm aware of. Okay, let's try and gain some altitude. Let's judge how the national park actually looks like from an altitude. Perhaps it's a little better, right? Autopilot. We'll head up to perhaps 10,000 feet. We'll give it a 10,000 feet. Let's cut this mixture a little. I don't want to go much lower, but you know, do what you gotta do, right? Let's try to see what it looks like. Manifold is good, RPM is good. See, from this altitude, you can barely see any of the vegetation. Right? You don't get that sense of how truly covered it is. It's kind of weird, if you ask me. Let's turn our heading in more towards the Petrified Forest. And let's turn to heading mode here. I did not do that. It is sad, isn't it? However, I think we had a fun run here. Let's head back to Holbrook. Let's go ahead and land our lovely aircraft. Shall we do that? I'll let autopilot do some of the flying for a bit. Go this way. Beautiful aircraft, isn't it? How far am I from the Grand Canyon? Pretty far. Pretty far. Well, when I say pretty far, the Grand Canyon National Park is actually not that far off. We are in Arizona, so that's not that far off. Grand Canyon National Park isn't that far off. But for this aircraft, it's far. All right. I think we are at a high enough altitude for sure. Let's cut this out. There we go. Holbrook should be off to our... Where should be Holbrook? Where's Holbrook? Holbrook is supposed to be somewhere here. I think that's a town. Yep, that's a town right there. So Holbrook should be somewhere in this vicinity. It's time for us to take manual control and land this little bird. Let's cut the throttle. Let's turn off that music for the landing. We can come down to about 7,000 feet now. Yeah, that should be good enough for us.
Engaging autopilot.
We're going to hold the altitude. Okay. I'm gonna go on a heading mode. I'm gonna turn this way. And we'll keep it here. We'll turn in shortly. Somewhere here should be Holbrook. I'll make the right turn into the town and we'll pray that we find the runway. I think that should work for us here today. Yeah, I think that's the airport right there. There we go. I think that's it right there. We're good to go. Mr. EM, if you'd like a more accurate distance between us and Grand Canyon National Park, Grand Canyon National Park is about 110 nautical miles from where we are. Okay, it's about 110 nautical miles from where we are. So, there you go. Alright, my aircraft. Cut speed. Sky dolly running. We need to go fuel mixture full rich. There we go. Turn our aircraft in. Flaps down. Flaps down. Gear down. RPM max. Power up. There is the airport right ahead of us. I think I see it. Very shaky now. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm having a very rough time maintaining the speed required. I would love to... Okay. Grand touring in an aircraft is one of my few pleasures in life, I suppose. I'm gonna be honest with you guys here. I have no idea where I'm going. Being entirely honest. I have no idea where the airport is. I think it's that one. But I can't be... Oh, it is that one. Never mind. I was right. I was right. There it is. KP14. But I feel like I'm going off to the side for some reason. I'm not, though. That is the... We can practically see the runway at this point. It's the wind. We have a very... Well, for this aircraft, 11 knot headwind is a lot. 11 knots of headwind. So this particular aircraft is very sensitive, as you can imagine, to wind. Let's cut that throttle. Okay, now pull it back up. We are struggling. We barely have any lift. And I'm also having some difficulty giving us a stable approach, but that's alright. Stable approach is not a requirement here at Fly the Noob. Coming into land, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, I don't have any power. Okay. It's very difficult to see out of the nose of this thing. Oh, the aircraft, I knew it will cut off. Need to maintain at least 1000 RPM, otherwise it's gonna cut off. I'll pull the mixture here. There we go. Flaps up. Let's make this turn. Some rough flying there for you guys. It's alright, it's a hardy aircraft. This was built way before a lot of us were born after this thing was built. Okay, that's up. I don't really need this, to be honest. We didn't use our landing lights today, that's okay, I don't really care. Torpedo heat's unnecessary, warm day. Flaps are up. Mixtures can go down though. RPM can still remain high, but mixture needs to be cut. Yeah, there you go. Much better. Yeah, you have to. That's right. I knew this engine's gonna cut out the second I bring down that RPM, so. What a beautiful sound. It's wonderful. We'll park it in and then we'll take a look at the landing replay. I don't think there's much of a replay. It wasn't exactly the softest landing in the world, but it wasn't the hardest, and we had a tailwind of double. Okay, I gotta be careful with cutting the throttle. Oh, no, not cut the throttle too much there. Had to miss that exit because of that. RPM cannot go too low. It will cut off at this altitude. So. That, by the way, is the realistic behavior. There we are. Let's turn this boy around. We'll park it in somewhere here. Before we take a look at the landing replay, this thing would look really good in a blacked out cockpit. It just appears grey right now because of the reflection. It's a shiny metal panel, which is kind of strange. Leave it in right here. Parking brake on. Let's go ahead and take a look at that landing replay. How hard was that landing? Tailwind, double knots. Let's see. Can't really see out of this thing. It was just a meh landing. We just put it down there without much ceremony. Yeah, we kind of just stuck it onto the ground there. I didn't bother too much with any ceremonious flying, eh? There's one way to tell how bad or good that was. Let's find out what the passenger experienced. Not bad at all. The other thing is this aircraft is an actual racing aircraft, and it feels much quicker than it is, to be honest with you. It just feels quick, so it's very exciting to fly. Look at that, it feels fast, doesn't it? Let's check out some more replays here. See? That just looks fast. There you go. One more time. Yep, it is a racing aircraft. It was originally built, I believe, as a racer of some sort. Beautiful engine sound. I think this is one of those aircrafts that I would love to own and just take out for a spin. It's rugged, you know. It doesn't require as much pampering or careful flying. It's just rugged. It doesn't really care what you do with it. And I love it. I really love it. Okay, let's shut this bad boy down. We will pull our throttles. Mixture full lead.
Clear prop.
Fuel pumps off. Alternators off. Magneto off. Panel lights off. All of these off. Beacon lights off. These already off. Avionics off. Fuel selectors. I don't think this thing has fuel selectors. Does it have fuel selectors? Nope, it doesn't even have fuel selectors. Okie dokie. There you go. We can open that up if we want. Can open up the doors, I believe. The hatch. Just like that. We'll put the avatar back in for the sake of it. But there you go, everybody. Alrighty, hope you guys had a good time on that little live stream. Just a quick warm-up one to get us started with the live stream and videos here on FD. And tomorrow I should be able to make a new video. Something exciting for you guys. I should be able to do that tomorrow. And I should also be able to live stream as well. Hope you guys had a good time. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning into the live stream. Sorry about the hiatus. And like I said, after about 3 more days, I will be off for a month. So I do apologize about that, but hopefully I'll be able to schedule some videos for you guys to enjoy. Thank you so much to everybody who tuned in. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, do all of that good stuff for the channel, and consider becoming a member as well. All that good stuff is available for you guys now to support the channel should you wish to. And everybody who was in the live chat, Mr. EM, Anas, and Cool83, thank you so much for tuning in and saying hello in the chats. That is very much appreciated. I shall see you guys soon, and until then, take care of yourselves. Bye bye.